So guys, with only 37 tools, subtools, we have made the character. Yeah, of course the gun, only the gun was like maybe 20 or something, but we did it with 37, which is fine. Now, what I want you to do is, you see, when I press actual, you see that my kind of overall working area is very big. And it should be, because we have to prepare for render and we have to kind of increase these things here, the height and the width of our working area. By default they are pretty small. They are 1000 something to 900 something. So we double it or just increase it from here and then press resize. So let's increase it a little bit more even and resize, and ZBrush will ask her resizing the document not to do, okay, and I will just drag it, and you see it's strange, but we just have to press T to go to edit mode and then press Ctrl N to exit everything, F to fix our model into the screen, and we are done. So now when I go to zoom in this area here, I go to zoom and just press it and drag up, I will zoom out and see my whole area here. I want to see the whole thing, and then I will resize my character and put it exactly where I want it. And this is fine, and you have to go to draw and just see if what perspective level will fit you. In our case, probably 35 is the best, I think. And you have to see which kind of a viewpoint you want to render your character from. Maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one. Yeah, maybe later I will do these ones, but from the front view now, exactly from the front view, I think is kind of good. The next thing is I want to save a project. So always when I save my file while I'm working, I save a tool. So I go to tool, save as, and I save a tool. Why? Tool is the lightest thing you can save. It saves the tool with all those subtools, with their polypaint and everything, but it doesn't save the other tools. I have other tools here. It doesn't save them. It doesn't save the lights. It doesn't save the background color. It doesn't save the size of our document. So in order to save all of this, we have to save from File, Save As. It will be a huge file. In our case, maybe because I have other tools which I work on. In our case, maybe it will be more than 1.5 GB of a file, but we have to save it in order to have this resolution that we have made now, and the light and all the other things. But yeah, let's save it. We go to render and save it here as the Punk Girl 01, for example, and save. And I will tell you, by the way, it will save slowly because it's a big file and it has to write it into the disk. I will tell you how big it is. It's 50. It's 500 megabytes. It's super small. For the tools that we have a lot of tools. If you have one tool, which is this one, or the weapon tool, probably, your file will be even smaller. But what I want to do here now, I want to save my viewport. So I want every time when I kind of go into the file, even if I restart ZBrush from everything, I have to be able to return to this viewport to see her in this position. Let's zoom in a bit like this. Yes. So I like to see her here, exactly in this position, exactly in this rotation, exactly. So how to do that? I'll go to Document, ZUpLink Properties, it's in the bottom, and then just click Cust One. And that's it. And now if I rotate it, if I go like this, if I go to Document and click this Cust One, it will just return this. But remember, if you save now your file, it will not save this ZUpLink Properties. we have to save it manually. So we go to Save Views and save it here, for example, like this. So now my view is saved. So if I restart ZBrush, I have to open my project that I saved just before that, and then I have to go to Document and load views and load my view that I saved. And then when I click Cast, it will place it in right in the direction. If you open a default ZBrush document and then open your tool, for example, one of the tools that you have saved during all this course, your girl, and load this ZUpLink property, it will not work because the resolution of the document is different. The resolution has to be exactly what we made it. Now it's 3876 by 2315. That's the resolution now. So yeah, we have to think about that. So now, since we have already our model, we have saved everything, we are sure that we can go back to this because we need some passes to make. We can start making them. So for example, first pass that we'll need is just a normal pass without any lights, just a normal pass and also mask. So I will go here, go to render. If you don't have render here, you can go to just open this, double clicking here on the side, on this kind of a lines in here, double click to open it, then go to render and just place it in here and it will be here. So when I place the render here, I go to render properties and disable shadows and yeah, just render it. How to render it? BPR. Or I made my shortcut Shift Q. So BPR, when you press it, it should render, and now it's rendered, and we should see our passes under the BPR render pass in here. If you see it, yeah, here, render passes. So we have this, which is the composition. This is shaded, we don't need it, but it will not be super shaded probably. And we have the mask. So we need this one first. I'm not sure it will be flat exactly, but it could be. So let's save it as a JPEG file. I kind of don't want to save. I will save this one. I will call it flat. BPR flat, save. Then I will go to the mask, just click on it and it will kind of open the dialog to save it. BPR mask, save. The mask is used to kind of extract the model from the background. And the depth, why not? BPR depth, PSD, okay. So now we have these passes. Now we need ambient occlusion pass. It will be nice to have. So how to do ambient occlusion pass? It's a little bit slow, but we'll do it. So we go to render properties, we go to ambient occlusion here, we go to shadows here and put them on. And then, since the ambient occlusion in the beginning of the, by default it's not very nice, we have to go to BPR IO here in the render dialog, BPR IO, and this is the ambient occlusion properties. We need more resolution. The resolution is only 400. Excuse me, 400, which means it's not enough. We need more. So the resolution slider, I put it like this. A lot. Big resolution. Because we need very fine and nice ambient occlusion. The angle is fine. The blur, maybe we'll go down a bit, like 4, okay. And this will be the settings for ambient occlusion for now. BPR shadow, if we need our shadow to be sharp, we'll leave it as it is. If we need our shadow to be more like realistic, we have to go and increase the angle here, increase the raise, at least 31 or 32. Resolution is kind of fine. Blur, not too much. Angle, let's increase the angle to like 10. The angle will make, will just blur the edges of the mask. But we can make tests. So we'll see how it will go. I will move my light a bit on this way or this way. Yeah, let's see it. No, now it's in the back, which is not working very well. If you click on it, it will go in the back. If you click on it again, it will go in the front. So I think this is fine. Let's try to render and see what happens. It probably will take a little bit more time, but my computer now it's pretty fast, and it will render it okay. Okay, now we have ambient occlusion and we have shadows. We can zoom in from here, and if we don't click on the object, we will be fine. We can go to actual and then scroll from here. We will not click on the canvas because the render will be gone. So we just scroll from here. I think it's good. I mean, the shadow is pretty nice, and the ambient occlusion is kind of hard, but you see, we will we'll fix it. I mean, the ambient occlusion, we will kind of make it work without making it too dark. So you see here, it's too dark. There are places that it's completely black, which is not a good thing. So in Photoshop, we will put the ambient occlusion layer, we will make it opaque, and we will do this kind of thing. So in here we need shadow, which this will be our probably main shadow, we'll see. And we'll have ambient occlusion. Okay, AO, BPR AO save, and BPR shadow. By the way, we'll save few shadows just to see what happens. So this will be shadow 01 and save. So now we have it. We have the shadow, we have the depth, we have everything. The composite we don't need exactly here because it will be black. It will be with these black things, so we don't need it. So now we can save a lot more things, like a clown pass, for example. Let's try the clown pass. I'm not sure if I can do it, but I will try it. So first I will have to disable the materials on the model. So with Shift, click on this, and we are disabling the materials. Now the model doesn't have any materials or colors too. So whatever color I put here and whatever material I kind of choose, all will be with this material, which is pretty cool, by the way, because we can render with the old model, we can render with gold material, then we can render it with toy plastic material, then we can render it with some glossy or some chrome material. We have chrome, by the way, I will show you. It's here. We can render it with those materials, and then we can kind of with the masks just cut parts of the model and put chrome on it from this and stuff like this, which is pretty cool. So now I will disable ambient occlusion. We don't need it anymore because we already have done it. And now I will just make a BPR render without shadows also. I don't need shadows now. It should be kind of flat. It's not flat. Let me just see. Flatten. It should be flat. But it's pretty flat, I think. Yeah. Yeah, the light is kind of affecting it, which is fine. Let's make a BPR render. Let's save this. But it's, you see, I've moved the model, so it's not in the right position now. I will go to document, click cast. Now it's in the right position. And you should be careful about this. I will scroll this, and then I will render now. And just click on this and save it as BPR Chrome. Yes. By the way, there are main things. Let me show this. Okay. So here we don't have too much rim light, although we have a little bit of rim light in this area. So we can make rim light here in ZBrush. If you have saw my other tutorials, you know how I do it. Of course, it's pretty easy. It's also with the chrome material. I think I do it with the chrome material. Let's see. So I'll disable this light. Disable it. And now I will enable the backlight. This will be our backlight. I'll put it here, put it behind. Just click it so it goes behind. I will increase the intensity of this backlight, and I will move it so it's, oops, it's on the front again, and also make it more different color. I mean, like probably some kind of this color will be nice. And see on the sphere here where it will be. So now you see this will be a rim light here. I will put the shadows to be on, and then I will make a BPR render. Let's see. And now we should take the shaded. Oh no, we have to put the shadows on. It's without the shadows it will not be happening. So shadows on and BPR. Now you see this is very useful. We can just put it over our model, put screen mode on, for example, and it will make a very nice rim light in this side, which will be very cool. Now let's see, shaded or shadow? I think shaded. Yeah, shaded. We take the shaded to make this, and this will be rim right, because it's our right. If it's our left, it will be rim left, but it doesn't matter. I mean, when you put it, you will see which kind of rim it will be. And let's make the other one on the other side. And the color, by the way, doesn't matter that much because we can change it in ZBrush, in Photoshop. So let's BPR, press BPR, wait a little bit, have this. This is looking also pretty cool. Then go to shaded, and then here, rim left. Alright, now we have the rim lights, which are pretty important. There were two rim lights, and probably one of them we will make it like blue and the other one will be like yellowish, like it was. And now we have to make the clown render. We don't have to basically make it, but it's a good idea to make it. And how was it? So let me think. First we go to polyframe, turn it on, only the fill, and then we go to materials and click the flat color material, and then we disable the polyframe, not the polyframe, but you see there are two little buttons here in the polyframe, and we disable one of them, this, which makes let me show you. So this is zoom, this is scroll. See, this button is enabling the edges to be visible. So we disable it. And now let's render it without shadow to see what happened. Yeah, this is the clown pass. And this will enable us in Photoshop to select only particular parts of our object. For example, the gloves will be very easy selectable because they are one color. I will select them, and then I will be able to do whatever I want with them, which is pretty nice. So I will kind of save this. Shaded. It's not shaded, so it's, yeah, I will BPR clown. And maybe we will save few other, like shadows. But, yeah, now we have to go back. So I go this, I'll go to my basic material, I go to my normal light in here, disable this one, go to the normal light, and then this, by the way, is pretty nice. We can even have one of kind of this pass or not. By the way, for this kind of girl, we can go through sketch passes. Let's see one of those sketch passes, if it's fine. Outline. By the way, this looks nice. Let's make a BPR render of this and see if it happens. Those materials are yeah, it's rendered now because it doesn't. Yeah, let's say it's sketch 01. Those materials are not affected by light, so it's okay. Wow, this will be nice for her pants probably, if they are like this. It will be cool. Let's render it. We can render a lot of things if we want. So this will be glossy. Gloss. Why not? It's reflect, but whatever. Okay, this one no. Frame no. By the way, this particular thing can give us a bit of a kind of you know, you see white things. Let me show you actual. You see, it will be nice, by the way. Let's render it, and just it will be kind of levels. I'm not sure if all of this will be useful, but experimenting is pretty nice, so we can do that. Zoom out. Make sure, by the way, that you are on the right kind of a thing. Outline thin. Actual. Yeah, this could be used for rim light, but it's not exactly good in my opinion, because it's kind of outlining. Sketch shaded. Sketch something. There was before one that was pretty sketchy, but now I don't see it. Something like this. But whatever, I think we have what we need, and in the next video we'll go to Photoshop, we'll start opening those passes, and we will kind of mix them up, make a background color and everything, and probably it should be fine. So yeah, see you in the next video. If you want to turn back your materials, you go to base material here and then shift click on the brush icon here, and everything will be going back to normal. Maybe we will save a few passes of the shadow, but in the next video probably. So yeah, see you there.